What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast, and you definitely got your usual suspects up here. I'm rolling with my homie Big G. What's popping, man? How you doing?
Man, just trying to keep all the glare off my eyes from all that ugly cowboy stuff in your background over there,
Wow,
down there in Austin, Texas, man. I can't take it. The
wow.
glare is just so bad. I just want to go, oh, no, it's too much. It's too much.
It's like a vampire with a cross, huh?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
straight sun, like, oh, it's too much. It's too much.
My goodness. Tate, what's popping, man? How you doing today, bruh?
What's up, Mod? Man, I don't know why Big G be hating on the Cowboys so much. I mean, it's overkill with the hate, Big G. And I'm with you, but it's overkill with the hate. But for me, I'm just Tate Boy Fresh being fresh with these fresh Nike 270s, olive green.
Oh, we see you. What's up, Claude?
Ooh, you ain't seen them before, Big G. I know you a shoe guy.
Yes, I'm all right, dog. I need some Charles Barkley's. You rock some Barkley's, then I'm gonna be straight.
Listen, we like to thank you guys for rocking with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you can definitely get those notifications. Make sure that you are rocking with us on Twitter as well, because we're there and you can definitely share us on Twitter. Man, look, somebody is up. Claude said, what's up, gentlemen? Afton said, after Fareed said, hi, guys.
Hey,
What's up,
Afton.
Miss Afton?
Hey,
Yeah,
boo.
what's up?
And Claude said the Longhorns are still trash. Listen, there's so much hate that's going on, man.
All right, Claude.
But Ma, before I know Claude, no man, you bring it on yourself, man. Who are the teams you got in the March Madness bracket winning? You said Texas, Houston. Who else you say?
We'll definitely get into that here in just a second, man. Before we get into all that, man, let's get into this. Well, we are back, man. Ready to get this thing crack-a-lacking, man. Timothy Lyons is here, man. Done jumped in the chat. He said, man, just gonna poke the bear. What's up, Big G? Gonna say about Luca and MJ today. You know he's a hater. Of course he's gonna do that. And I don't think I don't think Big G I think he's a secret admirer. That's where I think he's at with a lot of this stuff, man. He's really not that. He doesn't hate that bad, bro. I just think he's a secret admirer.
Never mind, secret admirer of the Cowboys.
Why would he be an admirer of the Cowboys? Your organization ain't been ran right since 1995.
Correct.
Hey, man, listen,
we roll with that. We roll with that dang black and gold, bro.
Again, I get it, man. I'm just saying, Big G's secret admirer. And the answer takes question before we actually went in. This whole weekend has been about the tournament stuff. I mean, March Madness has been just that. It's been madness. But it's also been about free agency and football. And we're going to definitely get to that. But to answer Tate's question, I went in. I actually watched a lot of college basketball this year. And I went in and picked the teams that I knew that was going to be competitive in this tournament. Kansas State, I picked them. I knew they were going to be competitive. You know what I'm saying? I rolled with Kansas, but they lost. You know what I'm saying? I rolled with Purdue. They lost. You know what I'm saying? But these were the teams that were not just number one seeds that I've watched them play, and they were playing good ball. Houston is a good team. If you watch Houston play at all, you know that Houston is the most athletic team in this tournament, and they are wiry. They're long. They're fast. They're good. If you watch college basketball in the SEC, you know Tennessee and Alabama is really good. Big G will tell you about that. You know what I'm saying? But watching a lot of college basketball, that's where I made my picks at. It had nothing to do with bias. Texas is a long team, They're really long. They're really athletic. And what is the NCAA is about? Guard play.
Big G.
Yeah, what's cracking? What's cracking?
It is what it is.
Texas go down last week to a team from where?
Oh, they going down next week to that X out of Cincinnati, Ohio, buddy.
Okay, yeah, buddy.
You can count on that. You can count on that. That X about to dot that I down there.
So why do you say that? Tell me why, G. Tell me why you say that.
Because Xavier probably has the best shooter in the whole tournament playing for their team.
And
Boone is a dog. And how linky they are and how aggressive they are to the basket. They slowed the pace and had 80-something points in their tournament game they just played. If they had kept running because they tried to kill the clock, they'd have scored 100. You're going to have to get 85 between 85 and 100 to beat Xavier. Xavier's some dogs. And they got, like I said, they got the best shooter. Boone is a dog.
He was kind of cool today, though, man. I mean, he
6 for 7 from 3.
Yeah, but he started hitting in the second half. He started hitting in the second half. G, he was cool in the first.
You better catch that boy at half court. That's all I know. Because if he take a step across half court, he wide open. You better catch that half court.
Hey, I agree with asking the live chat too. K-State gonna be a problem too, though.
Oh yeah. That point guard a dog.
A problem.
No. Hey, man, I tried to call Sweet T earlier on the phone. He ain't answer, man. Big G, let me ask you. That dude Noel for K-State, don't he remind you of BT back in the day?
Yeah, straight Bob. Yeah, he played like Bob Thompson. Like our homie Bob. He do play like Bob. Aggressive, no-look passes, and can shoot from anywhere. Straight Bob.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you one thing. That's Kansas State, TCU, Texas, battle tested, bro. Like Baylor, battle tested.
The 12 is battle tested. I give it up. The Big 12 is the best conference in basketball. I said that all year. It might seem like it's biased. I'm leaning towards the Big 12, but as far as wire to wire, they're the best conference. They're the best conference. Kansas State would have been a lot better, but they had an injury with one of their main players that he didn't come back for like that last 8 to 10 games. But Kansas State, we'd have been talking about them all year long because their best player was hurt. But now he's back. They balling. They balling.
And again, the guard and Tate was kind of hitting me during the game, and G was hitting me during the game, and we were talking about the 5'8" guard from New York. Man, he's a problem. He actually took some
that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, that's what
I said. That's what we were saying. He actually took some instruction from Kyrie Irving, and I love it. That's what you're supposed to do, man.
On the show, on the tournament game, they was trying to throw it back to Rod Strickland with Kyrie, and I feel it because I know the connection between them two. But who they really need to give homage to, who that dude play like, is God Shammgod. God Shammgod was a monster. For those that don't know how good of a basketball player he was.
What do Rod Strickland got to do with it?
Because there's a connection between Rod Strickland, Kyrie Irving, and this kid. This kid is being tutored by Kyrie. They threw the throwback from Kyrie to Rod.
Basketball only, I hope.
Yeah, well, he's being tutored by Kyrie.
I can't speak to anything other than basketball.
Rod Strickland is Kyrie's goddad.
Yeah.
But the issue is that the original guy that really was doing all that crazy crossover, no-look crossover, or whatever.
Oh, you talking about the handle game?
Yeah, God Shammgod.
Well, the Shammgod they named after him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's a coach at the Dallas Mavericks right now. But you got to think about Stephon Marbury and Kenny Anderson were doing all of that stuff. That's a New York way to play basketball.
That's what I'm asking. Have y'all seen that documentary, the Point Guards?
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, that's a good documentary, man.
Yeah, they give a lot of homage to a lot of good players.
Yeah, Shammgod, Strickland, Mark Jackson, Kenny Anderson, Kenny Smith.
Those are New York guys, and they play that point for real. Like it's I'm gonna tell you, New York, the DMV, that whole place in there, man. That's where you find basketball. Like you find a baller there, you found you one. You know what I'm saying?
DMV, Philadelphia, New York, draw the triangle. DMV, Philadelphia, New York, draw the triangle. You got one if you get one out of there.
Yeah, you got one. It is what it is.
Take it to the Rucker up north or down this way. Take it out there to Berry Farms, boy. They get it in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
if you
real
can ball
basketball.
out there, you can ball out there, you can ball out anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You really can. It's one of them things where I'm like, hey, you know, if you tell me a player's from there, I know he got grit, I know he got heart, and I know he could play. You know what I mean? He could definitely play. So what was the biggest shock? I'm gonna ask you, Tate, what was the biggest shock for you in this first couple of rounds of the NCAA tournament? I got mine, but you know, what was your biggest shock? What was the thing where you was like, no, they didn't?
Man, it had to be Purdue. Purdue losing, man. I don't even remember who they lost. They lost to Farley Dickerson, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Matt Painter do this every year.
Yeah.
Purdue always early exit some team that they shouldn't be losing to. And I said 14s last week when we was talking to Coach Q about the tournament at the end of the show. I said I got Alabama and Purdue as my favorites. I got Indiana and Memphis as my underdogs, my sleepers. That's sleepers.
Mm-hmm.
And Purdue is gone and Memphis is gone. I'm two of the 4 teams I said is gone already.
It's crazy, but it's hard for you to tell. I mean, Arizona got beat. It was like it's wild. And you like, man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
G, talk to me, man. What was your first where you were like, man, this is just crazy?
Of course, Purdue, man, but Arizona too. But I've been saying this for probably 10 years. You don't pick Arizona and Purdue in a bracket. Arizona ain't. Me and Tate was just talking about this the other day. The last time Arizona was some dogs is when they had Miles Simon, Dickerson. What was the other two little guards?
Mike Bibby.
They have 4 guards and beat Kentucky
and Jason Terry.
Yeah, that's the last time they won anything, right? And Purdue, they ain't been nothing since they had Big Dog Robinson. They do good all in the regular season, but as far as a tournament run, you stay away from the team.
Really, I think they lost in the 16 then, and I think they was a 1 seed. Yep. Last time they was really good. If you old enough to remember, Ma might not remember this. He a little fella. You remember the team with Todd Mitchell, Ever Stevens, like the 87, 88 Purdue Boilermakers.
They were some dogs, but they
were
couldn't
nice.
beat Michigan. They couldn't beat Michigan. I think they lost to Michigan twice in the regular season that year.
And that was the year though Illinois was good.
Flying Illini.
So I remember Illinois. You talking about with Kenny Battle?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, little fella.
Steve Bardo, Lou Hamilton.
I remember those guys.
Marcus Liberty,
Kendall Gill. They was beasts. They was beasts, man.
But I was talking about the Darren. What's Darren's last name? From Illinois. He was from Texas.
Darren Williams. Williams played point guard.
I was talking about that Illinois team with D. Brown.
Yeah, that was early 2000. That was like 2001.
Hey, Illinois team.
But that Michigan team that had Lloyd Vaught, Terry Hughes, Terry Mills, Glenn Rice, Ramil Robinson, Sean Higgins, they were some dogs. That's why they won the chip. That's why they won the chip.
They had the no, they didn't. They didn't have him. No, they didn't. My bad.
Who?
I was about to say they had the general manager of the Lakers, but he played with Webber and them.
Yeah, he played C-Dub. Yeah, C-Dub.
Yeah.
So I think for me, more than Purdue was Kansas losing last night, man.
Yeah, that hurt.
I think the Kansas loss to me, I didn't see that one coming, man. I didn't see that one coming, not at all. You know, Nick Anderson was on that team, Lamar. Nick Anderson was on that Illini team.
Yeah, for sure.
I just didn't see that one happening at all, man. I thought Kansas had enough to take it to the Final Four. I had them in my Final Four bracket. And hey, it just they out of here. You know what I'm saying? And
but at least they lost to a Power 5 SEC, you know, school, Arkansas.
Yeah,
you know, kind of a geographical rival too. You got Kansas and Arkansas fighting for Kansas.
Yeah, but you know what though? Arkansas is good enough to win it. I don't think Kansas has lost to a team that I can say, no, they're not going to win it.
No, I don't think, but I just, again, Black is from Texas. He played at Duncanville, right? Yeah. And so did Walsh. Walsh is from Dallas. He played, he didn't play for Duncanville, but he's from Dallas. Yeah. And, you know, those some good kids, man. I knew that they were really good. But, man, I don't know. Maybe I was just biased because it's KJ. And I felt that one. I felt in my heart. I definitely.
Hey, I'll say this though too. All them Kansas players that's trying to think about they going pro, Wilson, Dick, dog, your whole team need to come back to college next year. Ain't nobody on that Kansas Jayhawk team ready for the league.
Hey,
nobody.
I was watching that game early. Their point guard twisted his ankle. Did he ever come back?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did. And he balled, but you could tell he was limping. So I filled out 6 brackets, and in 2 of them I do have a Big 12. But in the other 4 brackets,
he need that bread, Tate. He need that bread.
I got UCLA in one, I got Houston in the other, and I got Tennessee in the other. So, definitely when it comes down to it, B-Dirt, I got 4 teams that I think can win it. Houston, UCLA, Texas, and Tennessee. Those are the 4 teams that's still alive that I think can win it all. The reason why Tennessee and Texas play the best defense out of those teams that I just mentioned. They're smothering. They're long, and they're going to get after you. And they got guards who can put the ball in the hole, just period, point blank. They got bucket getters. Using one of Big G's words, they got bucket getters.
They get buckets.
They just going to go get some buckets. And then when it comes down to UCLA got maybe the most tenured guards in the tournament. Those guys have been there for a long time. Them 2 guards, I think this is their 4th year together. And then
Tiger Watson?
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, something like
What's
that.
His last name? Watson.
And then Houston has Sasser and Shed. Definitely Shed being an ATX kid, but Sasser's a dog.
One of them boys hurt though, Ma. One of them guards for Houston hurt.
Sasser's a little dinged, but he's playing though. He's playing. He played last game.
All I know is Xavier and Kansas State is going to be hard outs.
Yeah.
All I know. And Marquette, if they get past tonight, Marquette going to be a hard out too. I've been saying they some dogs.
Oh yeah.
What score that game right now?
28-33, Michigan State at halftime. Michigan State up 5.
Yeah, I like what Shaka's doing down there, man. He's definitely getting it in. So here's my question. So we're talking tournament, and it's one thing that we said we were going to talk about the worst tournament upsets. Who was the number one that y'all remember? We put our list together yesterday, but
it's Villanova for Georgetown. 85, right? Huh?
You remember that game?
Of course I do, little fella. I was 12, maybe 13 years old in 85, April 85. I was 12, grade B 13 that year.
Hey, did you expect Villanova to win?
Man, they both was in the Big East that year, and that was always some tough games when they played each other. And Villanova played that style with Ed Pigney, Dwayne McClain, another McClain that was on cocaine. Forgot his name now. And 2 McClains though.
Villanova had Ed Presley
on cocaine.
But they best player though was who I just say played for Boston.
Presley.
Ed Pigney. Ed Pigney. But yeah, I remember that game was just one grind out. Villanova, Riley Massimino, they did what they had to do to go ahead and get that, man.
Hey, Tate, and since you be calling everybody little fella.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one. And
but that wasn't the championship, though.
No, Ma, he be calling everybody little fella. Tate, I bet you don't remember what the name of the shoes was that the Georgetown Hoyas wore in that game. I bet money you don't remember the name of the shoes.
I know they was Hoya Nikes. They was like, was they Forces? I mean, I know they said Hoyas on the back. They was gray and blue.
They was hard.
Sweet Tea had some.
They was called the Nike Air Terminators, dog. All the junior highs and high schools was rocking the high school.
You spent part of your life as a shoe store manager at Foot Locker, so you know a lot of that stuff I don't know.
Air Terminators was boss. I had the green and yellows. Had to have them for them West Titans, man.
So the second one was UNLV Duke.
No, it wasn't. The second one was NC State.
And the second one was NC State Houston, and then the third one was UNLV Duke. But that
wasn't no upset though. To me, that wasn't no upset. I mean, if you got Grant Hill, Bobby Hurley, Christian Laettner on one team, you got a chance to win any college basketball game. Period. Grant Hill, Terry Hill, Christian Laettner, Bobby Hurley, you can win any college basketball.
But you had Anderson Hunt, you had Greg Anthony.
Who was Terry Hill?
The other forward for Duke.
His name wasn't Terry Hill though. It was Hill. That was Christian Laettner's maybe boyfriend. They said back then.
That's messed up, Tate.
Well, they did. I ain't make that up.
That's messed up, Tate.
But here's my thing. Like that UNLV team was christened the champions at the very beginning of the year. I mean, like I said, you had Grandmama, Stacey Augman, the Rubber Band Man, Anderson Hunt, and then the other guard, Greg Anthony. You had a squad. There was Stacey
Augman, Liddell Eccles.
Yeah, but I do agree that Houston was an upset because I mean, you know, the dream was there. Clyde was blossoming. The other guy that just had his first name on his uniform, he was there at Houston.
They had Michael Nisha, Michael Young.
Yeah, Mike Young was a dog. Mike Young was a dog. He was a dog. Clyde Drexler. But them boys was jumping out the gym.
Thomas Hill. Yep, that's his name. Thomas Hill. Thomas Hill and Grant Hill, whatever. You're right.
Yeah, Thomas. That's why I said Thomas. It was Thomas Hill and Grant.
Did you say Thomas? You ain't say Thomas.
B-Dirt, rewind the tape and check him, man. Take care of him, B-Dirt.
You said something else, man. You said like Johnny Hill.
No, I said Thomas. I said Thomas, man. Check him, B-Dirt. Rewind that tape.
Thomas said George Mason over UConn was a big one too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the wonderful thing about the NCAA tournament. The wonderful thing about
Hi, Sherry.
Yeah. The wonderful thing about the NCAA tournament, man, is that
good evening, Kevin.
Anybody can win anything at any time. Even though you have favorites, you have number 1 seeds, you have number 2 seeds. I think anybody can win anything at any time. It's just a matter of you getting hot and having guards that can make shots. You know, and that's the thing why people call it March Madness, man, because regardless if you know the players or not, if you get older in age or younger in age, you still are drawn to it because the excitement it brings about anybody being able to beat anybody.
Yeah, that's what he said. Terry Thomas, I told you. Terry Hill. You said Terry Hill.
Hey, but G, you're right. You're right. That's why it's March Madness. Anybody can get it any given time. You know, it's part of it. We got our Facebook comments. We got Boom is great. Ben Lampick said Boom is great. X is good. They've woke up. But he also said K-State is dangerous.
Yeah.
Glenn Evans said I got Houston. Yep, that's a good pick.
Houston's a good pick.
Victor Beavis Jr. asked who's y'all pick to win it all. I said I got 4 of them. You know that could win it all.
Just pick one.
Bro, like
he riding with somewhere in that state.
If I have to go one, I'm gonna go with Houston. I'm gonna go with Houston because I
like Houston. That's a good solid pick.
I'm just gonna tell you, Houston and Texas will have to meet in the Elite 8 to go to the 4, and that's a game where I'm hoping Texas can pull it out, but I believe Houston will beat them. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they're well coached. You know what I'm saying? They're well coached. They're super athletic. They're just, you know, they're real hard to beat.
That's a good pick, believe it or not. Hey, shout out to the homie Jason Akers. Remember Jason Akers, G?
Yep.
That was my dude, number 36, Lyman Sparks, man. That was my dude, man. He lived right next door to New back in the day.
Yeah, he did. Right on Elm Street.
Yeah, right next door to New.
Yeah.
But hey, he said, man, why you and Big G ain't do no brackets? I thought y'all would do brackets so y'all have a competition. I said, yeah, we probably should have, but Ma did enough for everybody.
Yeah,
I did. I did. In every group, I'm in 3 groups right now, and I got 2 brackets in each group. But in every group, I'm leading. I'm leading right now. I'm ahead, and which is good. I hope I stay. Both of my brackets in each group is ahead, and I hope I stay.
I haven't even looked at the bracket. I don't even know the breakdowns of the brackets. I don't know. But my pick, you said Houston. If I'm picking right now, I'm gonna say Alabama.
Alabama's a good one, but guess who they're gonna have to meet? They're gonna have to meet Baylor, and if Baylor gets through to them, that's gonna be a rough game. Because they do a lot of the stuff that make Alabama seem small. That's why Oklahoma put buttons on them this year. Oklahoma beat them by 20. G, what you got? Who you got?
Man, this is gonna sound crazy, man, but I picked the Arkansas Razorbacks, man.
That's not crazy.
I think they got 8. They got 8 players and they got guards. You know,
you might pick them now. You ain't picking them from the beginning.
Oh no, of course I didn't do a bracket. But from the beginning, who I've said could get hot and win it was Marquette, and who I said could get hot.
Marquette,
and I said Xavier could too. I like both of them.
I don't remember the Xavier, but I did. You did say Marquette.
Come on, man. Just like you circle the wagons in Texas, I circle the wagons in the OHIO. I be circling the wagons. Xavier, I'm rolling with him, dog.
I'm rolling with Xavier. I think Michigan State gonna take Marquette out today too. Even though Ma asked me earlier, I picked Marquette, but when I was watching the Tom Izzo, man, them boys just always come to play.
You know, why does he do that every year, dog? They be trash in the regular season, and a tournament hit, and they start balling. They
get grimy, man. They get grimy. They just a team to get it out the mud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. It's like but G said something earlier. Lamar Thomas said, "Man, G." But G, you said something earlier. I got to give you credit on when a team gets hot. From their conference tournament, it's hard for you to beat them.
Yeah,
and you know, like Texas won their conference tournament, and then you saw them like Arkansas get hot in their conference tournament.
Yeah,
when these teams start ramping up and get better from game to game, it's hard to beat them, bro, because it's just a one-game thing, man. You know, it's a one-game thing.
Yeah, and sometimes it do. And y'all said this in our little behind-the-scenes chat. That coaching matter, man. When it get tight, that coaching matters a whole lot, man.
Kelvin Sampson, like Rodney Terry's good. Kelvin Sampson is better than Rodney Terry, if you ask me. I mean, he's been a head coach longer. So that's why I have to go.
Sean Miller, a dog, though. Sean Miller, a dog coach.
Yeah.
He a dog. He was a dog when he played with Pitt. He was a dog.
Said, where's B Dirt with the receipts when you need him?
B Dirt playing hooky from work. He wasn't there Friday after. He was out. He's still getting over his green beard.
Yeah, that's what Tim Lyons said in the comment, man. Tim Lyons was like,
FDU wasn't even supposed to be there. It's the greatest upset in recent history. Let me tell you something about FDU. Did they have a play over 6'3", 6'4"? They were a really small team. They were really
FDU wasn't supposed to be there because they lost their conference championship game, and the team that won it couldn't play in the tournament because they technically is Division II. They gonna be officially Division I next year.
Right.
If they had won next year, they would have went to the tournament, and the Farley Dickerson wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to me, man. I don't even know if they had anybody over 6'3". Y'all check that. I need to know. Their team was super small, and then all of a sudden, a guy who averaged 7 points a game, hit 19 in the turn. I mean, just goes buck wild and start. They throwing everything. I mean, they rejecting shots all the way back to Mississippi. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. These guys showed up and played.
Ain't the song One Shining Moment? One Shining Moment? That's every year we listen to that. These cats know this is their one opportunity, one chance to do something that nobody else could ever do, that they could ever say. And it gives them an opportunity to attach themselves to history, man. So, like, that's why I say, man, you get the best out of the best with these kids, man, playing basketball. That's why I say we draw to the tournament. The tournament
smallest team in history.
Yeah, it's a must-watch TV. You got to watch the NCAA tournament, man. If you love sports at all, you got to watch it.
Tate, you see that? They average 6'1".
But that don't mean they don't got nobody taller than 6'3".
Bruh, like I don't know who the tallest person on their team was. I promise you, he couldn't have been over 6'6". Couldn't have been.
All I know is there's some little fellas. And there was some little fellas out there balling. They
came out there balling. I'm talking about balling and shot calling. It got ugly for them brothers late in that game. And I was like, man, how in the world did y'all do it? But hey, it is what it is. And the coach looked like Golem, but he won with the transfer portal. And it's good to see the transfer portal heating up and good things happening in that whole thing. She said, Afton said, best place to watch the tournament is in Belize. The country is full of fans. I have to take your word for it. Hadn't been to Belize, and I definitely would check that out.
Straight sports, man.
Yeah, so
they tallest player is 6'7". They got 2 dudes at 6'6" and 1 dude that's 6'5".
Yeah,
but they have a dude that's 5'8" in the starting line. They probably bring their average down quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, K-State point guard 5'8". So
they got a 5'8". They got a 5'8" and 5'9", 2 guards. I don't know if they both start, but yeah.
And let's talk about March Madness, man, in the NFL. Bro, there's just so much going on, man. I'm gonna start with you, G, man. What is one of the biggest surprises that you've seen, and who's one of the biggest winners right now? And you don't have to say the Steelers, but you know, if the Steelers is what you say, that's what it is. But who you think is your biggest winner?
See, every week we go through this same conversation. And every week I got to put this sign up on mine every week about his bias for the Cowboys, dog. I'm not biased. I'm a realist when it comes to football, especially professional football.
But you're a hater though with the Cowboys.
That's your opinion about the hate, man. I'm just love the Steelers, man.
But I understand it because my super love the Cowboys, man. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I would say if I had to identify the number one winner in free agency right now is the Chicago Bears. I would say number 2 winner is the New York Football Giants. And then I would say the number 3 winner is the Pittsburgh Steelers. As of right now, things can change, but the Chicago Bears have put themselves in position to where they can win the division. And the reason why I pick all 3 of those teams, because all 3 of those teams, even though the New York Giants quarterback is straight scrub, they still put enough pieces around him where they can win. The Chicago Bears definitely added pieces to put themselves in position to win. And the Steelers, with our whole revamped offensive line, things is about to get ugly in Pittsburgh, man. So those are my 3 squads that I'm saying had an outstanding free agency run with trades and everything all included. All those teams are combined, and I would say, yeah, those 3 for sure.
Tate, who you as far as free agency, who you think was a big winner? Yeah, B-Dirt, I'm going right there. But who you think was a big winner?
Big G named a lot of the winners, man, but I'm going to go ahead and say it so you don't have to, man. The Dallas Cowboys getting Stephon Gilmore to shore up the corners, put him in. Trayvon Diggs is one of the top 2 tenders in the league, probably top 3 to 5, probably top 3. They just traded for Brandon Cooks, right?
Yep. This morning.
So they got that speedy wide receiver that can go deep and stretch the field. Let CeeDee Lamb be underneath. I like that pickup. I mean, so I'm sure you'll tell us whoever else they got, but those are 2 good pickups that's going to have Dallas. But that whole division got better, man.
Yeah.
That whole NFC East is better. So I mean,
Cowboys just said they motto is I got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying? They gave up 5 5th-round picks for everybody. They're like, I got, and usually with them shopping at Dollar General just doesn't work out, right? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't pan out. You know, because Jerry will shop at Dollar General and it be, but I'm just gonna tell you, those 5th-round picks for Brandon Cooks and for Stephon Gilmore, brilliant.
Weren't they compensatory? Weren't they compensatory picks that they gave up?
One of them was a compensatory pick.
Yeah, that's a win. That's a win. Yeah. You giving up something that you didn't even wasn't counting on anyway.
Yep. So and you still have all your draft capital right now. You have all of your draft picks, every last one of them, and as you're going into this whole thing. The 49ers got better. The 49ers got better defensively. Their defensive line got better for real. And you know, I think what G said about the Bears, I agree with. The Bears got better, you know, definitely. The addition of Waller at the Giants, I think, was really, really good. If he stay healthy, that's gonna help. That's gonna help Danny Dimes down there for real. And there was an email. There was a text that was sent out a day ago. And OBJ was saying 4 for $20. Nah, they want real expensive champagne at a low champagne price. I'm not doing that. So what he was saying was basically he's not taking $4 million for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? He's not doing that. He feels like
$20 million for 5 years?
No, $4 million a year for 5 years, which would be $20 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay.
OBJ having delusions of grandeur, dog.
He is, man. He might get a little more than that, but he ain't getting the contract. He want like 17, 18 million a year. He's not getting that.
No. OBJ needs to come in. This is one of those other players. Am I going to do this for me talking about my legacy, trying to get in the hall, or am I doing this for the bread? If he goes for his legacy and signs with the team he's supposed to get, he might get a chip or two. And the team he's supposed to sign with is the New York Football Jets once they work this thing out with Aaron Rodgers. The Aaron Rodgers, OBJ, Garrett Wilson is going to cause problems. I'm telling you right now. That is going to cause, if he goes there. If he goes to the Giants, I don't know if he can build on his legacy.
Well, that's part of the tweet that was sent out. Saquon sent a tweet out to him, and he sent a tweet back saying, have them contact my agent. We got unfinished business. Yeah. So it looks like, he's trying to make his way back to the Giants. And maybe the Giants will pay him. I don't understand why they would pay him all that money. I mean, it just really doesn't make sense. Darnell Collins said they are the smallest team in D1. He's talking about FDU. Bobby Compton said Detroit is tearing it up too. Detroit made some moves.
They picked up the boy from Chicago inside the division, the running back, but they let Jamal Williams go.
Yeah,
Why let Jamal Williams go?
He went to the Saints. They paid him. The Saints gave him bread because they're not sure what's going on with Alvin Kamara. So the Saints gave Jamal Williams a hefty contract. And I think
contract. The Dolphins, I agree with Lamar Thomas. He said the Dolphins got a free agency PFF grade of A. I agree. The Dolphins.
Jalen Ramsey, right? It's Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, they got Jalen Ramsey, and they got somebody else. Who was that they got? I need to check that. But the Dolphins have been very active in free agency.
I don't see how the Bengals got an A grade because they got Orlando Brown. They lost both their safeties, man. I ain't buying no A grade out of that.
They got Orlando Brown. They got Cody Ford.
And Cleveland got an A-. I mean, come on, man, stop it. PBFF, you about to get to one of the signs. PBFF, you about to get a trash. You about to get a trash, PBFF.
They don't know they're about to get it, G.
They're about to get it. It's coming. It's coming because you got them trash grades up there, man. Get that mess out of here, man.
The Browns picked up Dalvin Tomlinson, defensive tackle from Minnesota. That's a good pickup. I can't remember who else they got. They let Clowney go. They let John Johnson go. They let Greedy Williams go.
Greedy went to the Eagles.
Went to the Eagles.
That's why there's no way the Browns can have. The Browns got this trash. they say trash, man.
I think Big G, you just got a couple teams you always hate on, man. You do.
I don't always hate on the Brownies, dog. I get the Brownies some love. I get the division some love, man. I don't always hate on them. But the Cowboys, I don't know, man. There be some hate going on. I don't know what it is, man. It's just me and them Cowboys, man. I don't understand it, man. Every year we talking about how good they gonna do.
It's they fans that just make you feel like that, man. Guys like Ma, guys like Cecil Benton. We all know Cowboy fans that just be out over their skis every year. The last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, Ma was what? You was like just graduated high school, maybe?
A whippersnapper. He was a whippersnapper. He was a whippersnapper.
It was my freshman year in college.
He was a whippersnapper, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Javante nephew asked a real question, and we gotta address it. Is Lamar being colluded?
Of course. We just can't prove it.
I'm gonna let G answer, then I'm gonna get on it.
Of course he is, but in order to have collusion, you have to be able to prove it. There's no way they can prove it because there's no way that these guys who sat and met in separate rooms or Zoom chats or friends at a hotel, they all huddle up at the same thing at the draft all together every year. So there was talk that went on, but the issue is with Lamar, you can't prove it. But Lamar, I've been saying it, I'm going to keep saying it. Get an agent, bro. Get an agent and all this will go away. As a matter of fact, just don't go get an agent. Go get one of the top agents. I don't understand. If I want $200 million, I'll give an agent 20 to make sure I get to 200 guaranteed. Get the agent, man. That's all you got to do. And then this conversation will go away. Take, you got something, man.
Agent wouldn't get that much. Agent might get 3 or 4% off 200. That's like 6 or 8 million. So not even at 20.
Yeah.
But it's an element of collusion, I think. But that's because Lamar is letting the Deshaun Watson contract be the end all be all in his mind, man.
Yep.
And the NFL can't let that continue to go on because the Browns decided to overpay somebody because they wanted them real bad. And we know that's the only reason Deshaun went to the Browns is because they guaranteed the full bag. He had left Cleveland on his way back to Atlanta or the Saints, but the Browns guaranteed the whole bag, and NFL owners was upset at what's the Browns owner name? What's his name?
Garbage.
But they was mad at the Browns owner for doing that, and it messed the whole market up. So now this whole Lamar Jackson contract is being negotiated based around the Deshaun Watson contract because Lamar want that guaranteed money, but that contract is an anomaly. You can't. I mean, the other NFL teams can't Brown like the Browns did. They can't go there because that'll just mess everything up even more.
Right.
Yeah. And Tate, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was really going to say I feel like there may be an element there, an arm of collusion there. I do, but for the most part, I think this is the owner saying, "Hey, look, we're not finna let y'all do this because if y'all do this, if you do this, the price just went up." Like Fat Joe said, price just went up. Yeah, yesterday's price won't be today's price. Because of the simple fact that quarterbacks are going to keep asking for more and more. I mean, Joe finna ask for some money. I mean, there's going to be quarterbacks right now that's fixing in the next. I mean, the Philadelphia quarterback, Jalen Hurts, is going to ask for some money. And by that time, it's going to be astronomical, and you're not going to be able to build a team because you have this quarterback salary. It's hard. So
I completely agree with you. But I think Jalen Hurts, okay, so the quarterback market now is roughly upward of 45 to 50 million, right? For the high-end guys.
Yep.
Now Jalen Hurts should be happy with Jimmy Haslam. Thanks, B Dirt. Jalen Hurts should come in and take 40 million. You know what I mean? Yep. He should take 40 million. He was a second round pick. He played didn't play super great his second year. He did all right, got into the playoffs. He got a lot better this year, but they got a lot of pieces around Jalen Hurts. So you start taking too much money, y'all gonna end up like Dallas Cowboys and Dak.
Yep.
And I like Jalen Hurts. And I don't think Dak is. I think Dak, like we said, is top 9 to 11, 12 range in the league. But he's not $45 million guy. We all know he needs pieces around him, and that's what these teams is looking at when they keep the Giants. At least they got a 2-year deal with Danny Dimes. They can get out of it quick.
But they paid a whole lot. They paid a whole lot for
a lot. Lamar Thomas said, "Girly takes be trash."
The reason why is because he a Browns fan. So get up out of here, sweet. Hey, and they paid a whole lot for a scrub and Danny Dimes, dog. That was a scrub move, and you gave a scrub.
Claude Bishop said that Burrow would get $50 million if he wants it.
Yeah, he will, and he probably deserve it. But think about it, if he took the bottom of the elite market,
that
really helps your team out.
Yep.
And Thomas said guaranteed money goes into an escrow account, so an owner would have to put $200 million cash up to front Lamar to get Lamar, and he's right. That's a lot of money.
Plus draft picks.
That's a lot of money.
You'd have to give up 2 first rounds too, on top of the $200 million.
Yeah, but the $200 million from out of that bank account, in the way banks is already tripping right now, and going under, and you got to take that $200 million out and put it in escrow.
Bro, some of them that's dropping a dime money for some of them dudes. See, this is the thing, and I hate
it's a lot of money, bro.
Bro, I hate to say this, man, but it's so true. That's dropping a dime. This the issue. The NFL owners have been greedy forever. They've been more greedy than any set of ownership in professional sports.
Absolutely.
Forever, right?
Absolutely.
And now that the player empowerment that's coming from these other sports is starting to trickle over into the NFL. You got to remember, NFL players, they spend 80% of the time with a helmet on. You can't even see their face. Now they be pulling their helmet off all on the sideline, making sure that they get seen and known as players. So player empowerment is shifted over to NFL. They don't know how to deal with it. And on top of player empowerment,
the
now
NFL, the NFL's the NBA now.
Correct. And now you got NIL that's going on in college football, so they don't get a free farm system anymore. And kids can be like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna go pro, because I'm telling y'all, even CJ Stroud, it was a last-second thing where he made the decision to go pro because he knew how much money he could get just by staying at Ohio State. So these NFL owners that we're poor and what, stop it. Even the smallest market, stop it. Y'all got bread out the wazoo. It's the player empowerment issue that's going on in the league.
$200 million is not a little piece of cake, bro.
When you got $1 billion, it don't matter.
It's not a little piece of cake. Afton said, how can you rebuild a team around a guy who gets such a big chunk of the cap? We said it already. Thomas, he said accurate. Then claps. Afton said, still love the scrub sign, but dumpster fire is my favorite.
Hey, that's my favorite too, Afton. That dumpster fire, that's the best one.
Timothy Lyons said Jones ain't had any wide receivers or tight ends. He had trash cans to throw to, but he's a trash can, I guess, in your eyes.
I didn't say he was a trash can. I said he was a scrub.
He talking about Danny Dollars?
Yeah, Danny Dollars is a scrub.
Danny Downs.
After don't encourage G. He gonna break out the Crayolas right here on the show.
Sure will, and have a boss.
I encourage all types of entertainment. And nephew said facts, Big G. He said facts, Big G. He also said it seems like it wasn't a problem throwing Mahomes that money, but then again, he's Mahomes. But even
Mahomes took a team friendly deal.
Correct.
10 years, $450 million. So he getting $45 million a year for basically the duration of his career.
Correct. And
at some point, these quarterback numbers gonna jump up to $60 million, and Mahomes is gonna be a super discount. And as the salary cap grows, it's gonna allow his team to do a lot of things around the best quarterback in the league.
And he's already taken a team-friendly restructured deal to start getting players up around him. Because I've heard, unlike contrary to popular opinion, the trade might be D-Hop to go out there with Patty Homeboy. And if that goes down, the AFC might kiss the baby. Because all he needs is one more dude. If he's got a dude he can guarantee get the ball to no matter what, my homeboy is unbelievable. And I'm a diehard Steeler fan, but I give it up for my homeboy. Oh, he's unbelievable.
Definitely a special.
And they coach, Andy Reid is one of the best coaches.
The thing is, Mahomes making the same money Dak making. Come on, where that's right at. That's why Dallas is going to struggle.
Because what y'all keep talking about Dak Prescott, top 10. Dak Prescott about 14, 15.
Okay.
He about to get the dumpster fire sign, bro. He about to get it.
Timothy Lyons, who are we calling this? Who are we talking about?
Who took a $30 million cut? Who?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it.
What's a table humper?
I don't know.
This is a family PG show. What's a table humper?
You talking about Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, table humper makes sense.
Yeah, but talking. Tate, you're absolutely right when you're saying that the market is dictated. But like I said, it's player empowerment. So these NFL owners, all they can do is this. If I'm an NFL owner, this is what I do. I build a bigger stadium. I take the money that I done stepped on and spread out for the last several years, and I go get me a brand new huge stadium somewhere where I know I can pack. Matter of fact, but if I'm an NFL owner,
whoa, G, good idea.
Okay,
but not Arrowhead. You know what I'm saying? Arrowhead, they have an advantage. Arrowhead's one of the hardest places to play in the league.
Bro, tear the parking lot up and build a stadium right next to it and put another 20,000 in there. They need to take the model of what these colleges have done. Ohio State got 100,000 plus, man. Michigan 100,000 plus. Tennessee 100,000 plus. Alabama 100,000 plus. Yeah. Trojan boys 100,000 plus. Texas 100,000 plus. You're gonna have to build if you're an NFL owner, you're gonna have to build you a stadium.
As that goes up, they get more gate revenue. It's still based on percentage to share with the players. So you got more than the pie. They're gonna be adding some more, and the quarterback gonna be getting 70 million.
Hey man, but
Hey,
if
you
you
can't-
get
I'm gonna
100,000,
I'm
if
gonna
you
tell
get
you
100,000,
newsflash. You're not gonna stop. The quarterback market is gonna keep going through the roof.
yep.
With this 11 personnel in the NFL, quarterbacks and being able to run those type of offenses, they're gonna pay out the wazoo for them type of quarterbacks. It just is what it is.
Yeah, Claude, you're right. Penn State 100,000 too.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm waiting to see what's the first NFL stadium that's gonna have 100,000.
Claude had to interject Penn State. What stadium has the largest capacity in the league right now?
I don't know.
I know. That's why I'm asking you, because I'm know-it-all. Number one.
Boo. But what is it? But who's got the biggest capacity?
FedEx Stadium.
How much they hold? Take 60 what?
69.
69,000? Okay. So somebody got to jump up to 80. And then after that, somebody going to jump up to 100. Jerry need to do it. I'm just going to tell you. Jerry World is sort of old now because everybody else done jumped up and built something new. Jerry, go ahead and build it, dog. Go ahead and do the 100,000.
That's been there since 07. Jerry World.
Jerry World.
And in the first game, Eli took him out, right? First ever game.
I think so. He popped him. But Jerry need to go on and do Jerry World at part 2 and get him 100,000.
Is it that good? What scored that game, Big G?
Hold on, I'm about to see.
Well, we'll check it out, but it sounds like it's a good one. Bobby Compton said we offered him the same money, but he took too long to respond.
Who he talking about?
Said,
Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams he talking about.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see what the score of that
Nephew
game.
said
it's 42-40,
Michigan State looking sloppy.
How much time left?
11 minutes.
Okay.
Claude said FedEx is about to get blown up.
He might be right, especially when they get new ownership. When Bezos and Jay-Z come in there with that bread,
yeah,
they might go ahead and try and get Lamar Jackson, because when you look at when Phoenix Suns got their new ownership, first move he made was what? To go get KD. He wasn't playing,
and he gonna get a new arena. After that, he get a new arena. He gonna get a brand new something, brand new shiny something.
That boy said a brand new shiny something. So switching gears, man, G had something that he was really. We're gonna jump on this NBA real quick.
Please do this, because I've told a few people that in the live chat that's watching. I said check it out, because G's takes on where you're going right now. I want everybody to hear this.
So we got into a discussion yesterday, right? Definitely got into a discussion about the NBA top 75 players.
And you know one of these dudes about to get a dumpster fire. I'm letting you know one of them about to get it. One of them getting it.
Wait, how we get to talking? Because Maya, you asked something, and you said Joe Flacco, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but we had already me and G had actually already started this conversation, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying when y'all pulled me in, it was about Flacco. Then it went to the NBA,
Flacco, and then we got back to this, right? So in the top 75, G said that there were some people that was left out. He said there were some people that didn't belong there. Yeah. Right. So G, tell us who you think didn't belong in the top 75.
In the NBA all-time top 75 team. I think for clarity.
Anniversary top 75.
Right.
Who didn't belong?
Well, the first dude, I'm gonna hold a moment of silence and prayer for him, because he definitely don't belong in there. And that's Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, you officially get the dumpster fire award of being in the top 75. There's no way in God's green earth you should be along in the top 75. Dwight Howard won. Anthony Davis, no, you do not belong in the top 75. I don't care how you cut it, what you put it, because the list of guys that we're going to talk about adding to it should have been there a long time ago. I had an issue with Dame Lillard. Now, Tate said he was riding with him, but I said, nah, Dame ain't did enough for me.
I'm riding with Dame Lillard.
Dame ain't did enough for me to make that 75. I can't put it. And the only other guy that I really had a problem when I was looking, but then when they ran the numbers down on him, I was like, yeah, he got to be there, dog. Is Robert Parrish, man. I had an issue with Parrish, but then once we started really talking about the numbers, what he did do, what he didn't do, I was like, yeah, he belonged there. But Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, and Dame.
Didn't you say yesterday the beard don't belong either?
I thought about it, but y'all talked me into it.
I said the beard doesn't belong.
Y'all talked me into the beard.
I said the beard. Now I said the beard does not belong in the top 75. But let's go with it. Now, G, who? Yeah, he said the Chief. He said the Chief.
No, but look at all the rest of them. They was riding with me. Look at them comments, man.
And Claude Bishop, yeah, Dwight Howard wasn't there. He was one of the first out.
Well, let's talk about Dwight Howard. 8-time All-Star, 5-time first-team All-NBA, 1 second-team All-NBA, 2 third-team All-NBAs, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time NBA All-First-Team Defense. Rookie of the Year. I mean, 5-time rebound leader. Listen to them numbers.
Trash. Vince Carter belong in before he do. I'm putting Vince in before him.
Vince
going in.
Vince is the only dude you said that I could consider putting in.
Let's go ahead and make sure that everybody know. We know Dwight Howard didn't make it, but he was one of the first out, and we're just giving you numbers on him. All right. Javante said James Harden is not top 75.
Wait. Dwight Howard didn't make it?
No, Dwight Howard did not make it.
He on the list. I seen him on the list.
He's not on the list.
He's not on the list, G.
He's not on the list.
I'm looking right now. So your first out was moot point. Come on, man. You would know it all. Do better homework than that, baby.
No, I thought he was on there. Though.
Okay, so
I'm about to go back. I'm triple checking this.
So you said I'm looking at the list right now. I got it in front of me, right? So you saying Dame Lillard's not top 75?
I put Vincent over Dame.
I don't understand how you.
I put Vincent over Dame and AD. I put Vince Carter in over Dame and AD. Vince
so I believe AD. I would agree with AD not being there. But AD got stats though. AD got some stats, and he's a champion.
AD got a chip because Braun. Come on, dog. No. Vince Carter should be there, dog.
Let's look at career accolades. 8-time All-Star, NBA All-Star and Game MVP, 4-time first team All-NBA, 2-time defensive first team, 2-time defensive second team, block shots leader 3 times, all rookie first team. And that's just in pro. You go to college, NCAA champion, most outstanding player in the Final Four, National Player of the Year, consensus first team All-American. Now that counts towards the Basketball Hall of Fame, so I doubt it counts towards the 75 because they voting on your NBA accolades and stuff like that. But
correct. I'm trying to get my list.
That was AD, always there.
Anthony Davis.
I'm great. Pull up Vince Carter.
Well, on point with Jesse Lowe. I'm sorry, Jason Kidd belongs there, and Gary Payton, the glove, both belong in the.
Yeah, they there. I ain't got no problem with neither one of them being there. They deserve to be
Claude
there.
Bishop said Dame and Vince don't belong.
Vince Carter don't belong?
I don't know about that one. Dame belongs there.
And I got another.
Vince is an 8-time All-Star. AD 8-time All-Star. Vince played like 21 years.
Okay.
Vince got only 1 second team All-NBA, no first teams, 1 third team. In a slam dunk contest. What else did he do?
Should Bernard King be there?
So now we're talking. I think a Bernard King should have been there over AD. I think if we're going to take somebody off the list, AD comes off, Bernard King comes on. I absolutely would go with that. Sure. Read off Bernard King's numbers.
I ain't got them up, but I'm talking about names of dudes I know should be there. Sidney Moncrief, should he be there?
Hold on. Let's listen to Bernard King's numbers.
No, go to his accolades. 4-time All-Star. 4-time All-Star.
But that All-Star is biased, Tate.
But
that's
Big
biased.
G, if not the coaches and players vote first team, well, not All-Star.
So
but he got 2 All-NBA.
Okay.
1 second team, 1 third team, Rookie of the Year, NBA scoring champion 1985. I mean, his career just was cut short. The injury. I mean, he played, and when he got to New York is when he was really good.
How many points did he have? I know he averaged 25 a game, but
he averaged 22.5. He scored 19,655. Like I was telling y'all yesterday, it's a lot of these. Bernard King is great. Sidney Moncrief is great. There's a lot of these great players, but by the eye test, man, they're not one of the best 75 of all time.
Alex English,
not one of the best 75 of all time.
Grant Hill
shortened by injury. I mean, he would have been.
Tracy McGrady
would have been shortened by injury too.
Hey man, there's some dudes, man. Chris Webber, Adrian Dantley. I mean, I got
Adrian Dantley on that list. Man. We've already established.
You naming great players, man. But we talking about the top 75, and I can't speak for anybody that played before 1980. I know film and tape. I know some of them guys. I know Jerry West. I know the Big O. I know all these guys. Wilt Chamberlain. But
so y'all think Dwight Howard was the big claw? You think Dwight Howard was the biggest snub? Who else in the chat? Javante, nephew, who was the biggest snub to you? Lamar, give me the biggest snub. Jesse Lowe, give me the biggest snub. Thomas, give me the biggest snub. Who do you think?
I thought it was Vince, but Vince averaged 16 points a game for 21 years. That's not top 75.
What about Mitch Richmond and T-Mac? Look at their averages. 25 a game. Look at Adrian Dantley average. I mean, we talking about dudes that was balling. They balled. Adrian Dantley balled. Vince balled. T-Mac balled. Bernard King balled. They balled.
Mitch Richmond did not average no 25 a game.
Mitch averaged 20 plus. I
21.
Javante, nephew said.
Who else you said? Mitch Richmond.
Alex English. Adrian Dantley. T-Mac. There's some dudes, man, that belong on that list, man.
Them are great players, Big G.
T-Mac was not in.
No, he's not in. Big G said he should be in.
No, because B-Dirt asked, is T-Mac in? I said T-Mac's not in. Thomas said Mitch Richmond and started laughing.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you. So my issue is, what has Dame done? What has he done?
Hold on.
This is where Tate made a valid point on right now. And we were talking about this yesterday. Tate, what was your point on Tony Parker?
Tony Parker was a great player, but he wasn't the man on his team. Tim Duncan was. So Tony Parker is a great player, but he's not a top 75 player. It's probably 10 point guards I would take over Tony Parker hands down. I could just run off the top of my head, and Dame Lillard is one of them.
I feel that, but I'm saying Dame has not done anything. Dame's been to one conference finals. Dame's not played in the championship.
He got as many 40, and 50 point games up there on the par with Kobe and MJ.
But that's comparing apples to oranges, because right now it's easy to get 40 and 50 in the league.
Hey, you can only play in your era.
Well, people always be talking about comparing eras with this one and that one. And that's what we get in this whole MJ LeBron talk. Because I do believe if MJ played now, he'd average about 45 a game. Because couldn't nobody hold him. He's an assassin.
To tell the truth, Dame probably was around 71, 72 if they showed you the list. So he probably done around that bottom tier.
If you took Dame and put Dame in the 80s and the 90s, what would Dame do? Would he be like Isaiah Thomas? Nope.
No, I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. Dame Dollar has been a victim of, his own code.
Reggie Miller. He'd be like Reggie Miller.
Yeah, he's been a victim of his own code. He stayed over there in Portland. But Dame Dollar's good, man, and he's done what he's supposed to do. I think he belongs in the top 75.
If you set Vince in this era, Vince would average 40 a game. If you set T-Mac in this era, yes, he would. If you set T-Mac in this era, T-Mac would average between 35 and 40 a game.
The mailman Jesse Lowe,
35 and 40 a game. Ain't nobody can stop him. He's 6'8" guard. I mean, he's coming down every time he's scoring.
Vince averaged 16 points a game for his career. I was with Vince because I'm thinking of his numbers, but 21 years and his averages what they are. It's just a longevity average. LeBron been in 20 years. LeBron averaged 25 points a game.
Man, I'm telling you right now, if you set some of them boys down in their prime in this era,
But
they would totally dominate basketball.
You was talking about putting Mitch Richmond in, Joe Dumars in.
They would get 30 a game. How could they stop? Listen, they hand check back then. They don't hand check no more.
Man, Joe Dumars' handle wasn't even tight enough to play in today's game at an elite scoring level.
What are you saying? Joe Dumars was a monster.
I said his handles wasn't tight enough to be an elite scorer, and he'd be a knockdown shooter. He'd be a defender. He'd be a 3-and-D guy. That's what he'd be.
Nah, man.
And I love Joe Dumars.
Nah, man. Joe would average about 25 a game. T-Mac would average about 35 a game.
Timothy Lyons said in this league, MJ would average 60 a game.
And 45 plus.
Pump your brakes, Tim.
45. He averaged 45. He'd average 45 plus. I promise you he'd average 45 plus. You can't, he's 6'6". You can't hand check him. What you going to do? He going to the basket every time. And you can't foul him.
He's an elite scorer. He really is. Isaiah, I agree. He said, B-Dirk said Isaiah would be a killer in today's game.
A monster.
Yeah, he would because of his handle. His handle was tight. He had his jumper.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. That's why I said Joe Dumars would be a 3-and-D guy in today's game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He would be, definitely.
I think Joe D would get about 25 a game.
Jordan averaged 30 in his era, nephew. So, I mean, in his era where you could hand check, and if you know anything about basketball, this is what they're saying. Let me explain it. When you're hand checking somebody, you can direct them the way you want them to go. You can actually move.
And who played better hand check defense than anybody ever?
Oh man, I mean, shoot, Jordan.
MJ did. That's what I'm getting at.
I mean, Jordan plays great hand checkers, but I mean, when you can guide somebody and push their hip and actually make contact with people, you throw them off their offensive rhythm. So that's why when we say there's no hand checking in the game, that's why we're saying it would be different. When you can't touch a scorer, they're gonna do nothing but score. That's what we're saying. That
you could hand check and also drive it to the basket. You would get tackled. So and there's none of that going on in the NBA now. So Jordan and them didn't score a certain amount of points. All those players back then, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, because they got tackled when they went to the basket.
My nephew had an argument on Facebook, and I had to jump in on this. He was saying that KD is light years above Larry Bird, and I had to correct him.
Never.
I said, Larry Bird, they called him Larry Legend for a reason.
Larry Bird will get 40 a game right now.
Larry Bird is Larry Legend for a reason. So let's not just
Larry Bird is probably the second best small forward to ever play the game. And I would put KD third. But Larry Bird was the guy on all of his teams, 3 finals. Didn't he get 3 MVPs, 3 league MVPs?
Yep. Back to back.
I mean, if Larry Bird back didn't get messed up again, he did put all his work in before his back got hurt. Larry Bird was a monster.
Larry Bird would average 40 in this game. He'd average 40.
And then go do it.
Larry Bird would average 40 a game right now.
Yeah.
He would average 40. He's a legit 6'10", could shoot left hand, right hand. And almost all his shots back then was jumpers at three-point line.
If you look at his game, to me, in today's game, I mean, he plays center now, but Larry Bird game like Joker's game.
Yeah, but more smoother though. More smooth. Just his passes and stuff was ridiculous.
This man was in shape. He would turn up the heat in the stadium.
In the garden.
Run
5 miles.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was Larry Bird. Larry Bird he would tell you he's better than you. You know what I'm saying? He would walk up to the other player's coach and tell him, you got the wrong person on me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, definitely. And
felt disrespected if you put a certain kind of guy on him.
Yeah.
And then tell the coach, don't put him on me.
That's what he did at one of the early 3-point shootouts. He came in the locker room and said, which one of you guys going to take home second place? Exactly. And went out and put buckets out from 3.
40 a game. 40 a game. He's 40 for him, MJ 45, Kobe about 45, 40 to 45 right now.
Didn't Kobe kind of play in this era?
Yeah, but not with the 3-ball crazy like in his prime.
Okay.
I'm talking about setting these dudes down in their prime. And
hey, Big G, Joe Dumars 16, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. That's top 75.
Get him up to 22 in this era.
That's top 75 though.
Nah.
Okay.
I back off the argument with Joe G, but not for Adrian Dantley. Not for Adrian Dantley. Not for Bernard King. Not for Vince Carter. Not for T-Mac. I got another guy.
We talked about Bernard King. Bernard King, they ain't put in that number.
Bob Lanier was a monster. He was the best, second best player in the 70s. Second best player.
And Bob Lanier is better than Artis Gilmore, who you were screaming for yesterday.
Artis Gilmore was a dog too. He was a dog.
Said the LeBron, Kobe's dream team would have been MJ's Bird dream team. Nah.
Then it got smashed.
Not a chance.
I don't know how old you is, Claude. I have a certain amount of reverence for that first dream team. We just look at the players on that team, man. I mean, you got what? Bird, Magic, Jordan, Robinson, Ewing, Malone, Barkley.
Oh,
the only person that's missing is Isaiah.
Yep.
And they put Stockton on there, but they're missing Isaiah. And they should have put Shaq on as the college player instead of Christian Laettner.
Oh, because you'd have had Shaq on that team. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
God.
Absolutely. Definitely. So switching, we're gonna go ahead and get to this last little piece about the NBA. Who do we have right now as the player of the year? G, who you got as your player of the year in the NBA?
Giannis, man. Even though I know other people are gonna say other things, man. Giannis, man. Giannis a killer, dog. Giannis Gary be in the top whatever. Top whatever, man. Giannis is a monster. So I got Giannis, man. He ain't gonna win it, but I got Giannis.
Okay. And Tate, who you got for your player of the year?
Like MVP?
Yeah.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah. I got Giannis, man. I definitely got Giannis. I think Giannis will be your player of the year again. Rookie of the year.
Be dirt. Write receipts for that, please.
Oh, it's gonna be Embiid. But I like Giannis, but it's gonna be Embiid. Embiid gonna win.
Well, pick a winner. Don't pick what you want to win.
No, I don't. I ain't gonna roll with them like that because I don't. Embiid going out in the second round of the playoffs, but that's just me. I'm going with Giannis.
I got as far as the rookie of the year, who you got?
Who I said from the very beginning, Pablo. I said that on the Pick'em Rookie show. I said Pablo gonna be down there in Orlando balling. Pablo gonna win it. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. He the best rookie in the league.
Tate?
I'll probably be inclined to agree with Big G on that one.
Me too. Pablo's a killer. Pablo down there painting pictures. Pablo Picasso.
Yeah,
he down there painting
He's
pictures.
He's a beast.
Defensive player of the year. Who you got?
Oh, this is tight. Marcus Smart, man. Marcus Smart plays. PJ Tucker played good defense too, but Marcus Smart is a different type of defender, man. He can defend all 5 positions, man. Tucker can too, but I like Marcus Smart, man.
Tate?
It's going to go back to a big this year. It's not going to be another guard. Not going to be one of those little fellas. I'm going to go ahead and take Giannis to get it again, man. Ooh. I like his rebounding, his block shots. My sleeper for that, though, is my boy, Evan Mobley.
He played good.
I like Mobley only because of the simple fact that I think, he's the replacement. I think he's next. When you start talking about who's next, Mobley's got it. And if you go back to our NBA draft show, Tate, you and I were talking a lot about Mobley. You know what I'm saying? And we both were high on him then, and I think we've stayed high on him ever since. But if I'm going defensive player of the year, I like Smart, but I do think that one of the reasons why Giannis would get MVP to me right now is his defense. He playing heck of fire defense.
It could also be Mikal Bridges play great defense too.
Could be.
Yeah. But I love Giannis in his defense right now, so I would give that to Giannis. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely. But nephew got a point too.
Drew
Holiday's underrated.
Yeah, he is.
It's like he held the Bucks together until Giannis was out. While Giannis was out. I like it.
Yeah, I like Drew Holiday defensively, but if you're picking between the little guys,
He said
it's
Granville
gonna
Waiters.
it's gonna be Marcus Smart if it's a little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So parting shots, you guys, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Put a bow on it. Yeah, let's give you your parting shots.
Man, my parting shots this week goes to some underrated things that's going on, because we come and talk about the NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL football, college football. But my parting shot goes to the women's tournament this year, man. I have sat down and watched multiple women's tournament games this year, and the basketball play that's on the floor is just unbelievable. The young ladies that is playing in that college tournament, I almost want to watch the women's game more than I want to watch the men's game, because they play fundamentally sound, legit, big-time basketball. And there's some young ladies that's playing in that tournament that's definitely going to shine big time in the WNBA. So my shout out or my party shot this week goes to the ladies playing in the NC2A tournament. Go Buckeyes in the NCAA tournament, because there's some girls, it just ain't them. Dawn Staley got a heck of a team. There's a couple other teams that's out there. But in that 2A tournament for the women, there's some ballers. There's some ballers.
There's some ballers. Tate, talk to me, man. Your parting shot.
Man, Big G really just put it on my head, man, because every week I really don't have nothing. But then Big G just said something about the Buckeyes, Lady Buckeyes. I'm going to the men's Buckeye team. They had a losing record this year. I think they finished like 17 and 19 or something like that. They played good in the Big Ten tournament. The first team to go from playing on a Wednesday, the first day of the tournament, to make it to the semifinals of the tournament on Saturday. They made it that far, so they got kind of hot at the end of the year. But next year they're going to be a top 20 team. If you know they freshmen they got coming back, that Bryce Sensabaugh is a monster. The kid is it Gordon? What's his name? Not Gordon. The point guard from GA. He real nice. They have 4 nice freshmen, like Okawa, the center, 6'10" center, put on some weight. But so they got that freshman class coming back. And if they had kept Malachi Branham from last year, stayed in school, man, they'd have been really good, even more better this year. But next year, I think I don't know when he's going to officially decide. But we got Bronny coming, man. I'm claiming it. We got Bronny coming to play with them freshmen. It's going to be hype at O State next year. Probably the most hype it's been probably since Greg Oden and Mike Conley was there in like 07, 08. But I go back even further to the Jim Jackson teams of the early 90s that lost Mod's Fab Five. Well, not Mod's Fab Five. He's all Texas. But his boy Ray Jackson played for Michigan, who was in Texas. But no, Ohio State going to be back next year, man, in basketball after probably going to the college football playoff again in football. It's just the ultimate college athletic sports dynasty, man. Put up your Big G. Go Bucks. Another one of them great colorful signs.
My brother, Big G, Big Girly, I'm going to let y'all know something. The boy, when he goes and he passes away, he's going to have a scarlet and gray casket. And he's already told me I got to put a pride stick on it and try to knock him out the casket. He said if he didn't, he was going to haunt me. That's what he said.
You got to try and knock him out his casket?
He said hit it, slam it as hard as I can.
What's that about, Big G? Why would somebody do that? I never heard that.
Put the sticker on the casket, dog. Put a Buckeye leaf on the casket.
Okay.
Smack that bad baby hard, man.
Can I put it on your forehead and smack you in the head?
No, you can't hit me in the head, man. You can put it on the casket, though. I want Buckeye leaves on my casket.
He put it on the casket. But my parting shot, you guys, is to be grateful. To always be grateful for the things you have. Sometimes we get so caught in the things that we don't have, and we think about, what other people got. But man, be grateful for the things that you do. I mean, we take today for granted, and we can't see what's going to happen tomorrow because of what happened yesterday, and we don't even trust today. So tomorrow seems afar off. But if you're grateful, you're just grateful for the things that you got, and you're continuing to move forward so that you can get to your dreams for tomorrow. But I just want to encourage everybody. Be grateful, man. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't have what you have. And that's not one of the things where you should be like, well, I should appreciate it because I got more than this person, I got more than that person. No, you should appreciate it because it was given to you. It was given to you. You were entrusted with it. And I would just say, man, you know what? Be grateful. Be grateful for the friends that you have. Be grateful for the family that you have. I'm grateful for you guys and for all of y'all out there that is listening to this podcast and that's here rocking with us, man. I appreciate all of you guys. I really do. I appreciate all you guys. They said great show as usual. Definitely that came from Claude Bishop. Great show came from Tom. Parting shot from Claude. Lamar Jackson is going to pull a L Bell and move out, and L Bell moved and set up the season. I believe so.
Is that a parting shot, Claude, or is that a Big G hot take, a Big G burner?
I ain't going that far, Claude. Claude, you out there on your own with that one. That's deep water, bro.
Claude said Bronny is staying in LA.
Okay, y'all don't know what that OH10 mean to LeBron and Bronny and the family, man. It means something.
Bronny's going to USC. Don't do that, man, like that. Great show. Congrats on Michigan getting another hockey chip. I mean, like we care about that, B-Dirt. I mean, for real, who cares about that one? And Claude said, great point, Mod, finally. Timothy Lyons, great show. Great finish. So the game must be over with. Who won that game?
It ain't over with, man.
What score? Hey, put up Afton's comment, man. That's a good comment, kind of off your sermon at the end.
It's 60-55 Michigan State with a minute and 26 seconds left.
Nephew, of course. He said, "My preacher."
Right, exactly. Now put up Afton's comment.
Gratitude can change your life. Absolutely.
Hey, Mike, go ahead and plug all of our FFSN stuff too, man. Coming, or you got yours going already?
Let's do that, man. I mean, we got a lot of great content coming. We got already. We got the homies with Tate and with Big G and with Pay and B-Dirt. B-Dirt, when he doesn't miss work, he puts it in. He does what he's supposed to do. I love B-Dirt, man. Definitely love him. He always ribs me. Always comes in, says a lot of stuff, but that's my guy. I love him for real. Love him to life. Then we definitely have the new show, the Cavs show, that's coming with my boys, my fellas, Big Tate and Big G. Y'all got to check that out. That Cavs show is going to be fire, especially as we get ready to go into the playoffs. And then, of course, we are DC 4L. That's We Are Dallas Cowboys for Life. And all of these are on FFSN. That's me and my boy Thomas, Tom, who be in the chat. We're definitely talking about the best in Cowboys land and Cowboys world. We're getting it in. We're expanding our horizons, but it all starts here. It all starts at home with the KnoItAllZ. I mean, that's why we know it all. We know it all, so we share on these other platforms, and we do what we do. But when you get a chance, man, make sure you listen. Make sure if you're not doing nothing, man, you make sure you catch, the homies. Make sure you catch the Dallas Cowboy podcast that over on FFSN. Make sure you check those out and catch those. We appreciate you guys again. Like I said, man, we thank you guys for watching. We thank you for giving us some of y'all time. We understand that y'all could be anywhere. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll definitely be there. And we're also on Twitter, so you can catch us there as well. Last two comments that came in, I want to make sure that I say that. He said, Mod sound like Run at the end of Run's house. That's just unbelievable. And then he said, great show, though. I appreciate it. Love you too, man. We thank you. Claude Bishop, we love you too, man. For myself, for Big G, and for Tate, always, of course, we love you guys. We out of here. Peace.